Good evening and welcome to Friday Night with the Fellas. It's me and James, BA and James, JTrain. And of course, there is a third party here that's always on here. And Wednesday was her birthday. She's 26. Well, I'll bring her on because it's the birthday show for Sonja. There she is. Look at her, birthday girl. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Come on, James. You're helping me out, man.
Hi, guys.
Hey, it was only room for one clown. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
I got to borrow
Fern. I'm not helping him out. I said there's only room for one clown.
I got to borrow Fern suit.
But no, happy birthday, Sonja. We appreciate February 4th. Yes.
The 4.
But the whole month.
Listen, okay, so
thank you
guys. Thank you guys for that. And I want to just start out by saying thank you guys for all that y'all did this week for wishing me a happy birthday. While Lawson and I went to Orange Beach. We literally just got back like 45 minutes ago. I literally had time to just shower, dress, and get on here. It was really nice. I want to give like a couple of shout outs before we start the show. Shout out to my bestie friend Trina for the roses and balloons and the makeover to start. My bestie Neldra, who called me, my sister and niece Pearson, who FaceTimed me, my friend Malia, and my niece Kamaria, her mom Kelly, and all of my family who texted me. I got a bunch of calls and I'm still answering messages. So please, guys, bear with me. I try to do some screenshots, but I also want to give a shout out to some new friends that Lawson and I met in Orange Beach. They're from Nebraska. They're watching tonight. They are new subscribers. So shout out to the Nebraska family that I met at the Hilton the last couple of days. And thanks for my birthday serenade. It's a busy month and for everybody. And I'm just blessed to be here 26 years plus the other math that goes along with that B. So thanks for keeping your girl young. Still dealing with some little respiratory issues, but I felt good. I feel good. And I'm just blessed. And I'm very grateful to have friends, brothers like you guys to love on me and support me and celebrate me. Because that's what it's all about. You really feel how much people appreciate you when it's a special day. So thank you so very much. And let's get started with the show. It's Super Bowl weekend.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna do that again.
It's Super Bowl weekend. You see, Lawson and I are in our jerseys.
Yeah, I see that.
We don't have a dog or a cat in the fight. And what's up, Dizzle and Monkey? Yes, and Robert.
Monkey, you brought Monkey out. Monkey hasn't been out on any podcast I've seen in a while.
Monkey texted me on my phone on my birthday. So thank you, Monkey. I appreciate that.
Good job, Monkey.
Yes. So yeah, guys, I mean, let's start with the honors. I mean, no better gift for me since I don't have a dog or cat in the fight than the NFL honors. If you guys are okay starting right there, congratulations to Luke. All right. How fitting is it that he gets in 10 years after his last Super Bowl appearance with the Carolina Panthers, Super Bowl 50. And of course, the offensive rookie of the year is no other than T-Mac, Teteroy McMillan, number 4. And your girl was born on the 4th. So I'm all about that base for real. So kudos to them. And JTrain, you got some people that's getting up in there that got there. I mean, one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. I'll let you talk about that.
Well, look, Drew Brees is probably obviously my favorite football player all time in the NFL history. Not just because of what he's done on the field, but because of what he's done off the field in New Orleans. He helped change the culture there. He came in at a time when Katrina happened in 2005. That right after Katrina, New Orleans, not just the football team, but the city was just decimated. Nobody knew what was going to happen there. It was different for everybody. It had the whole world looking in, wondering what's going on with all these people stuck in the water down there with nobody helping them. When New Orleans, when they came down there, their first game was against the Falcons, and there's a statue out there right now of Gleason, the
Don't
guy
start don't start no stuff, Robbie.
who blocked the punt of the Atlanta Falcons, our heated rival, and Drew Brees was throwing bombs and touchdowns that game, and it just set a precedence for what a change that came for New Orleans Saints, and he broke records down there. Him and Sean Payton were a dynamic duo, and he was obviously a family man. You saw he was there at NFL honors with his son, his wife, and it's just a blessing to see him get in the first ballot. There were some rumblings that possibly that the way they did Bill Belichick that they might Drew Brees like that, but there's no way.
Oh yeah,
The man is a superhero. He's second all time in yardage, second all time or he's number one in completion percentage. I mean, Drew Brees is just a dog, and believe it or not, he's barely 6 foot. He's like 5'11", 6 foot, and he did all that dominance right there. 5-time 5,000-yard passer, the most in the NFL. It's just it's well deserved, and I appreciate the NFL honoring him, and I can't wait to see him down there. And hopefully, Sean Payton is the one that gets him in there. Because those two were the two guys that came in again and changed that city with the Super Bowl win and new winning ways. So
I really
appreciate it. I'm glad to see
Yeah,
Drew Brees get in.
I was really excited about that, and I just remembered. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Pink Fan Fur. The real creator out there. Pink did a big birthday post for me. My sister Anissa did a big post, and Yvonne of the Carolina Pantherettes. All the Pantherettes. I need to make sure I at least verbalize this because I've been getting separate texts from people saying, "Hey, I posted on your Facebook. I know you're not hardly on there, but I want you to know I posted. I'm gonna see them, guys. But I want to shout out Pink Fan Fur. She's got her own show now, guys, on Thursday nights. You check her out. She's got the Super Fan where she goes around a league and gets all of the Super Fan Uniteds of the 32 teams on, and she's just starting out. So make sure you guys support her. She's always been so supportive of me and this entire network, and so let's show Pink Fan Fur some love. And thanks for the birthday shout out, girl. Yeah, I mean, JTrain, I was happy about that. So even though that's your quarterback, I was just as happy because to get it first ballot and I mean, I've kind of been a little bit off the grid for the last couple of days, but I have heard because some of our guests that are viewing tonight did ask me my opinion about Bill Belichick getting snubbed. And not only that, it extends beyond him. The word is, hey, when Tom comes up, will the same thing happen to Tom Brady? But, of course, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, Bob Kraft got snubbed too for his first Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah.
It's they're already talking about changing the rules to some of this stuff for the Hall of Fame because that's just ridiculous. There's no way in heck Bill Belichick should have been not left off the Hall of Fame. Getting in the Hall of Fame first ballot. The dude is a first ballot coach. I'm not a personal favorite. He's not my personal favorite, but his stats speak for himself. He did coach through 6 Super Bowls. Actually 8 because he had a couple with the Giants. So what do you got to do? I mean, because you're snippy at the media and the media don't like that. See, that's why the sports writers should not be picking Hall of Famers because they're being petty, and that's just too much. And Bob Kraft too. It's the same thing with him, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did that to Tom Brady too because they're idiots like that. And I can't understand that whole situation. So, it is what it is. But all those anybody that played in New England at that one time that was a big part of that team should be first ballot.
I mean, that brings up the big point that Jay was talking about because I just remembered it when you said it, Jay, that it's a good thing Drew got in because we know thanks to Reggie Bush, it's some stuff going on. With what was it, chop block? Is that what they called it, JTrain?
I don't know. With Reggie Bush, I'm not sure what you're talking.
So when Reggie Bush, he was the one allegedly that ratted everybody out. from that incident with the Saints, with Sean Payton.
Oh, you mean Bounty Gate?
Yeah, Bounty Gate. I'm saying chop block because I thought they were saying they were going for people's knees, basically.
They were going for knees, elbows, helmets, hot dogs, hamburgers, everything.
Wow.
They were out there just bounty. They would look for everybody. I would say it's look. I mean, I know the Spygate. That was when you're talking about Belichick. We're talking about Spygate. We're talking about Deflategate. Let me say this: there's no way in heck that they you might as well get that out of your mind with Brady. If that happens, the whole game is changing. The whole everything it's going to shut down. Fans are going to shut it down. There's no way that Brady should not get in first ballot. And what you were saying, B, that in regards to Bill Belichick not getting in, I agree. It's a travesty when a coach like that would. And to add on to what you said, he coached. He was a head coach of 9 Super Bowl appearances. They lost 2 to the Giants and they lost 1 to the Eagles, but they won 6 but he also won 2 with the Giants as a defensive coordinator. So this dude is highly decorated. There's no way in heck that this should have happened. It happened, unfortunately. You got Roger Craig that got into the Hall of Fame through the senior committee. You got Adam Vinatieri, and that's a kick in a ding ding. Adam Vinatieri was the kicker for this team.
Yeah.
So he got in. He got in over Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So that's and not only I think he's either 1 or 2 year. I think this might be his first ballot. I'm not sure.
I
think I think he may have been eligible last year. Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, he's a Patriot. Because he won 2 Super Bowls with the Patriots. He won 1 with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, I remember him from the Colts being the oldest kicker at the time. Of course, he's also the NFL's all-time leading scorer and clutch. Like they literally have deemed him clutch. Another first ballot Hall of Famer is Mr. Birdman himself, Larry Fitzgerald, a legendary Cardinals wide receiver. Him and Breeze were the sole first ballot locks. I want to say that Luke Kuechly, I don't remember him being up before. So was this not his first ballot as well?
From what I understand, it is his first ballot. I think this is it was I think there was some misunderstanding about whether or not last year was his first year in or this year. I think this is his first year in, and so he definitely is deserving of 5-time first team All Pro, 2-time second team All Pro in 8 seasons, mind you, and he had 7 Pro Bowls, and he also had a Defensive Player of the Year. So well deserved, and he had 18 interceptions in that time. So my man was a dominant linebacker on that field, was a key cog and leader for that Panthers defense. He is well deserved going in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Regardless, he's in there. He's got that gold jacket. So wearing that blue, he ain't pounding no more. He ain't got to pound no more. He got that gold jacket. So he's solidified.
Panthers fans will remember the last time we saw Luke on the field. It was emotional because he was concussed like back-to-back games. And when he was carted off this time. That second time, he literally was crying. And it was literally like, hey, do we see the last of him? And to keep his sanity, no pun intended, he didn't have a choice because he was just becoming a magnet for concussions. But he was the heart and soul of that team at that time. Defense, we called him and Greg Olsen assault and battery. And I mean, there's never been a combo as of yet that was quite like them. And to get in as, basically a first ballot now as a Panther is outstanding. I'm extremely proud of him. You guys probably don't know he has a child that is ailing, so he does a lot of volunteer work with Children's Levine in Charlotte because his son was born with a heart condition and they were not sure of his survival. So even amidst of playing in the league and his son being born, his son is probably about 10 now. So he was a baby. that he and his wife have gone through quite a bit, but he's always the same poised, calm individual as far as being a humanitarian. I've seen him riled up on the field. He did what he had to do. He was known for knowing how to read quarterbacks. They used to say that he could literally, any team we played, he was locked in with their eyes. And he would often, you could see like they were mic'd up segments and he's doing this, he's doing this. He was talking to them, telling them this is what the quarterback was doing. And he literally was right almost every single time. Other coaches have talked about his ability to read the quarterback and how intelligent that is, because you have a lot of defensive players that can read, but for him to read to such a high probability was almost unheard of. So congratulations to Luke Kuechly getting in. Also, let's see who else we got. We talked about Roger Craig. He was the senior elected in there, the 49ers legend. Finally, a senior in there. I mean, they just got him in here, the lone senior inductee. Of course, Larry Fitzgerald has been out for a little bit. He almost went into senior status himself. But I guess, Vinatieri, all of them, they're all blended in really well. So kudos to them. B and James, let's swing towards these honors nights where we talk about, I've already talked about T-Mac, of course, Carolina Panthers, just explosive player. I mean, he was definitely a difference maker. Who would have thought at that draft that bringing him in, he would have been the right hand to Bryce Young, and definitely a difference maker as we saw the Panthers claim the South for the first time in about 8 years. I know we went in 2017, there was like a couple of ties or something to that effect, but claiming the division without any, heyday was 2015 for us. To get the offensive rookie of the year, because we've seen some really good rookies this year. What were you guys' thoughts about not only him getting in, but we'll also talk about, back up. He actually had 1,014 yards. Let me give you his numbers. While Carson Schweizer, the Browns, won Defensive Rookie of the Year after a massive 156 tackles. I had to put that on there. Let's talk about the offensive and defensive rookies of the year, guys. Were you surprised?
By neither one of them? No, not surprised.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised either. I picked, I thought it would be close. I think had Tyler Shuck got 5 first place votes. Had he played the whole year, he might have given him a run for his money. Because, I mean, a wide receiver can't choose who's throwing him the ball. But a quarterback, if he comes out and dominates, he can spread the ball evenly. And you saw, I mean, I was surprised that Cam Ward didn't get any votes at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he played pretty decent himself, and I know Jackson Dart was in the mix for it too. But kudos
Jackson
to
Dart was a little bit peeved about that situation too, if you haven't read that lately.
Yeah, I think it's that kind of a tribute to the team that they went to. They couldn't do, but I think that's what that vote really came down to. They couldn't do but so much. No matter how great they were, they're surrounded.
I don't know about that. I think Jackson Dart, like Tyler Shook, they came in late in the season. Well, earlier, Dart came in earlier, but he was out 2 games because he doesn't know how to slide. He's taken like 5-6 concussions this season. So, I mean, yeah, he played good. Tyler Shook was great, when he came in there and played to the end. But Tex was doing this the whole year. I mean, the whole year. And he made Xavier look good in some spots. So, I mean, and him and Bryce had a nice little connection. I mean, I didn't see anybody else that could rival that right now. Egbuka from Tampa Bay, he probably would have gave it a run, but he kind of faded. It was disappointed in him at the end of the season. He faded. Really bad. He went like, took a nosedive near the end of the season. I'm like, wow, dude, really? But yeah, it was truly deserved by Tex. That's for sure.
And then
I agree.
Yeah, the defensive rookie of the year. Did you guys think of anybody else other than Carson for this position?
Yeah, the safety in Seattle.
Yeah.
Even Worry.
in memory. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
close. But let me tell you
that
something.
would go like they don't have
Carson,
like a special teams rookie. I guess they don't have that, right?
Carson was a dog, though.
Mm-hmm.
He was a dog. He made his impact as soon as he got in there. I watched, in fact, I watched about 3. As bad as it seems, I watched about 3 Browns games, and I noticed him immediately. You know, you're always looking for Garrett. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about him in a minute. But yeah, but he was all over the field. In fact, they played the Lions. He was making a lot of impactful plays. Now, the rest of his team wasn't doing too much about anything else, but he was making some impact plays. And I noticed that right off the bat. I was like, dang, he's making some pretty good tackles here, and he's breaking up some passes. He's doing this and he's doing that. I don't see nobody else on the defense doing what he's doing right now. And he's a rookie. I'm like, wow, this dude's coming out swinging. Yeah, so yeah, I wasn't surprised that he won that either. He was much deserved of that award.
Same, I agree.
All right, let's talk about the offensive player of the year. No shocker here. Jackson Smith-Njigba, JSN, Seattle Seahawks. That dude is off the chain. He led the league in receiving yards, proven to be the most explosive non-quarterback player in the entire league, guys. I honestly, to be honest, didn't pay attention to him too much until probably week 7, halfway through the season, before I kind of like paid attention to him. That's because Seattle, you know, had to start the season off. They were kind of, you know, same Seattle had lost a couple of games. I really wasn't paying that much attention to them. Then all of a sudden I noticed like the trajectory changing for them. And people start saying, hey, watch out for Seattle. They're probably going to be the #1 team. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me pay attention. And then I saw JSN, him, Cabaret, and, you know, that team is, they're unstoppable. All of their hiring crew, their general manager, their recruitment needs to get a bonus. They locked those guys up this season. Was there any close competition in the league at all for JSN? I know like people look at numbers and stats and things like that, but I mean, he led the league in receiving yards, but what about scoring?
Well, it was close with in regards to the offensive player of the year. C-Mac in San Francisco definitely came close. So the numbers, I think it was between 361 to 325 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like
in between first place votes.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did. Yeah. I mean, okay, let me put it to you this way. When I play fantasy football, and I was very surprised that nobody was grabbing him up, you know, when we were playing and doing this in the draft. I was like, how come no one's picking JSN? He played pretty well last year. He didn't have a, you know, he kind of didn't break out like he was, you know, I thought he was last year, but there was games that he had dominated in last year. So I said, you know, I'm going to take a chance on the guy. Man, he came out the gates burning it up. I was like, man, I'm so glad I picked him. I won my championship.
Even available in my fantasy. I was looking for him once I paid attention to who he was. And somebody on the fantasy I'm with, because you guys know I'm on the not on you guys fantasy, I'm on Pick'ems with y'all. I'm on a fantasy with my brother-in-law and them. Hey, Paul. And so I just kept seeing the points rack up, and I was like, oh my God, and somebody's already got him. It was one of his family members, because it's quite a few people in there I don't know. But he definitely blew up. I mean, JTrain, what do you think about JSN and you know, just how he's been? Like, this second year was explosive.
You just have to give credit to the development out there with Heartline and OSU, Ohio State. Their their wide receiver development is just incredible. You have Ibuka, you have Jackson Smith-Njigba, Chris Olave, Garrett, those guys, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Not playing so big out there, but unfortunately, he's a talented player there. But he's not really doing so well. And of course, guys right now that are still playing for them in Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, who's going to be drafted probably in the top 5 this year. So you got to give credit to development out there. And so these guys coming in, they're pro ready. and Jackson Smith and Jigba was pro ready, and he just expounded upon what he did last year, and just like B said, he just came out the gate just with his hair on fire. So I'm impressed with what OSU is doing there with their wide receivers. Not much else, but definitely their wide receivers. Anthony, Fern, JTrain, if you're out there listening,
He always
I
when he
give.
coming on, I'll never like, where are you, dude?
Yeah, oh, he's probably as soon as he pops on, if he comes on, he's going to have a whole big red shirt or sweatshirt that have Ohio State on it, and
He
then
probably trying to, find him a new one because he, lost all that weight, so he got to get some new clothes, and they probably on clearance right now. So this is a great time to get them. Fern, they probably went way down after the championship game.
those clown that clown suit he's got to go to like the Clowns R Us and step down to a medium instead of that large.
Medium,
So
a smorge,
medium, yeah, yes.
A small, medium, and large together, smorge. But I think it has elastic in it, so we know he could still have worn it and showed up. He likes to he gonna start blowing up the chat later on tonight. That's how him and Kevin do.
As long as they got that clown card, that's good.
Too bad, because I ain't answering them. Because you know what, I'm through talking to him with his. I asked him for a picture for the show. He ain't say nothing.
I got some pictures from him that he sent. Before we go to the defensive player of the year, B, will you do me a tiny favor and go ahead and run the Pearson promo for us for the halfway mark here? Because I want to stop at a good spot before we segue into the other people that got
recognized. All right. Well, I'm going to run two. I'm going to run the Pearson one, and then I'm going to run the McGrath promo too.
Absolutely. All right, guys. We'll be right back in 2 and 2.
The God above made you a masterpiece. The vision is clearer, nearer. My God, to thee, learning to lean on his power. Your perspective can be sweet when circumstances are sour. I'm saying. They can't see the vision clearer. Your identity is waiting, and you feel that hope is fading. Just hold on, it's gonna be alright. Trust in God, stand firm and hold tight. It's like that, yeah. It's like that, yeah. Meditation, I'm searching for a peace that's not present. I'm searching for feelings of solitude, emotions that's pleasant. Treasure, what did you deem important versus essential? We put our heart and soul in every line behind instrumentals. Coincidental? I think not. God's plan from the very beginning. Create the type of music that make people think twice before sinning. Pleading, Holy Father, please forgive our trespasses. Confusing things we want for things we need in life, our must-haves. Selfish, inconsiderate, narcissistic people. Christ died for all the world, so there is power in Jesus. Issues happen, disagreements, dissensions, distortions. This fallen flesh, we still forget sometimes that God is our portion. Forcing, others won't cut it, nor manipulation. One thing that's very destructive is self-righteous behavior. Satan, he's crafty, throwing darts like Bailey's.
All right. I was helping with the acoustics on that, but seriously, y'all give it up for BA. He started out going by Brian Bistrilla Arndt. Then it became just Brian Arndt. Then it was Brian BA Arndt. Now it's just BA. But this entire podcast, we have to salute B right now. It's been almost a year, sadly, since we lost Mac, our great producer with Northeast Streaming Sports, and he had a vision to take this network, all of us, not just me. I'm kind of new to it, but there was a lot of shows. Keith Angle that you guys saw on here in the Jack boxing show with him and Frank Laturzo, the Glove Fist. They have been doing that for a few years before I even came aboard. And B was introduced by me. I met him on another platform. I introduced him to Mac very briefly before Mac untimely passed away. And B has just been a game changer. When I started back classes last semester, I knew I could not handle the responsibilities anymore of just running the things behind the scenes. But the things that B has done to propel this platform are things that I never could have effectuated on my own. And so, B, kudos to you. Great production, amazing videos, and all the stuff that you do. We really appreciate you. Thank you so very much, brother.
Well, it couldn't be possible without all your contributions. Everybody's in here, and of course, you, Sonja, for even bringing me on here. I just found something that I just decided I enjoy to do, and Mac gave me, incentive to do it following his untimely passing, and I feel I needed just to do something for that in general because you got to keep the man's dream alive. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's, I took that within myself and my soul. So,
and I know he would be proud. And I mean, just looking at the maturity from that time has gone by so fast. But I know JTrain will agree, because Jay and I used to do the NFL downloads in the evenings, and there was a while that was just him and I on the network for a little bit because everybody was just doing other stuff. And so we just really appreciate you. So shout out to you, B. And you guys make sure he has shows everywhere. Like I said earlier, Pink Fan First getting her own show. She's already started it, and James will be starting his at some point soon. So we're looking for him to start his New Orleans theme show. And I'm pretty sure the family is still watching that I met from Nebraska. James, your ears should have been burning. They were asking me little questions because they were going to some trivia night. And I was like, you know what? Can I phone a friend? And they were like, no. I was like, I have the perfect person. I was like, my friend, my brother that does the Friday with the Fellas. I was like, that dude's brain is a sports encyclopedia. I don't know how he knows this stuff, but he knows, I just know stuff from maybe 2005 up, just the most current stuff. James makes it his business to know stuff from the 1950s before we even got here. Anything that's sports related.
I don't know about the 50s, but yeah,
he knows
his stuff. He knows his stuff.
And I was like, I need to phone a friend because I know that he's gonna know this question off the rip.
Yeah.
And
I do think that's what's good about this network too, is because we have so many people that have a wealth of knowledge in certain areas, like Jack in his boxing, Frank in boxing, Bo, he's got NBA, WNBA, his Seahawk football thing going on. He does other smaller platforms too, sports platforms too. I mean, Keith is, he's from the greater New York area. And he likes his Yankees and he gets that done. And don't forget about Dr. Paul. Don't forget about Bo Crouch. Crouch. All these are people that are part of our show. So tune in and check them all out. They're really informative. All of them. They really know their stuff. They know their stuff. I'm just a producer. So
the producer. Yeah. So James, I know you got something to say. We're all
I just first of all, shout out to Mac. You guys, that was really lovely words you said about him. Mac, first of all, I got my start with you. Thank you, Sonja. I appreciate it. I thank you, Anthony, for introducing me to your friend, and then became my friend, and it blew up for me. I'm humbled to be able to have had this opportunity. It's something me and Anthony talked about. We never did it. You get caught up with work and family life and everything. You just don't, you don't think to even put that into, into action. But being on this show has opened doors for me. And then being introduced to Mac, rest in peace to Mac, who became a coach and a mentor, and really tough when he left this, this earth, obviously, but to be in a better place, having to deal with all the stuff that he was dealing here with his earth. But that guy knew a lot. Found out he was a coach in football. He turned out to be a coach with us and great mentor for the show, and an encouraging guy because, I don't know if I told you this before, but I was not. He was not really a man of words when you come on in first, when you behind the scenes, you talk a little bit, to you about things, or you don't know how you're doing. Cause I look back at some of those early shows, man. Whew, boy, I could tell I was a rookie for real. And I asked him how I was doing. He said, "Man, you got great potential." He said, "I can see you being the next Keith Angle, with the things that the way you're doing, the how you come out, your personality in the show, and it's only going to get better." And so that stuck with me. And so, Miss Linda, if you're listening, if you're watching, we thank you also, for being in the background when Mac was on the show. You were the producer. I know you miss your husband, and I miss him, and Sonja, B misses him. And but again, thank you all. And man, B, you're doing a great job with this show. You as a producer, I've seen you grow as well, man, and the way you handle things, and then pop up with new different ideas that just show up on there, and they're not like just scrub stuff. It just look like some stuff. Like, man, you got me in my suit, looking with the fly music and everything. I look forward to seeing the intro on here.
I mean, the city background, like what?
Yeah, very much so. And it make me want to have my New Orleans accent on the screen.
Yeah, we looking for it. Hey, baby,
but man,
JTrain bud.
But yeah, it's been good. I mean, I really enjoy the show. I want to continue to see the show. Yes, one day you're going to see me in my own show. I'm saying it here right now, and then it's just the door is going to continue to open for other things to come. But right now, I'm glad to be here with you guys on this show, and you fans out there, you loyal family that stays tuned in.
Besides James's project that he'll eventually get to on his own solo thing, me and James have a project we're working on too right now. We're just working through some kinks and stuff like that. So we'll have some more shows on here.
Okay. And you guys know my schedule rotates. So in the summer, I may be needing somebody to fill in my Wednesday. So far I don't have class on Wednesdays or Fridays, but we can never tell. I'm supposed to never have classes on Fridays, but that Wednesday will probably be up for grabs in the summer or next semester. So since I'll be in school year round. But so we had to just give some shout outs and some kudos and stuff. It's just all love here. And thank you so much to B. I noticed you did purple, my birthstone. Thank you. Everybody will see. I need to shout out my girl Esther. I have a new nail tech. You guys, I will not be wearing these jewels long. This is a lot. But it was cute for this week. It was cute for this week, and she did a great job. She's with Dream Nails here in ATL. You guys can message me if you need anything. She's super cool. All right, let's talk about the Defensive Player of the Year. No shocker. At least I wasn't shocked. None other than brother Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. His second, y'all, Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he's like, listen, y'all thought one and done. Y'all thought that I just want to be honored. I didn't even know that, they would just like, he's going to run it back. After shattering, y'all, he shattered the NFL's official single season sack record. I don't even think nobody came close, guys.
If you
not any other people.
If you're breaking records, typically you get hardware at the end of the season, and that's just what happened. I mean, and rightfully so. It's almost as if they knew that he was going to win when Michael Strahan, the guy that broke the last record, the guy that held the record last, was introducing who the Defensive Player of the Year was going to be. You knew he was about to utter Myles Garrett when he opened that card or looked on the tablet. Come on, it was, and then he had to have his own swag by coming up with the cowboy hat and the cowboy suit on. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, NFL honors all the.
He's from Texas.
Yeah, them Southern boys get down like that. Only the brothers in the South with the cowboy hats can pull that off. I mean, don't get me wrong. His hat was, there are some better looking Stetsons than that. That one looked like he might have just was rounding up some horses or some cattle.
I will.
Came off the ranch.
He came right off the ranch.
I will say, I know some people that personally know him when he got drafted. Some people that are members of our sister congregation. He's a member of the Church of Christ, and they had a draft party for him. And they were just talking about like just how like she was like showing. I was like, you know, Miles Garrett. She like, girl, yeah. So he's, you know, all of that flair is definitely a Southern Texas thing. But you know, Texas folks, they're in their own world. Seriously, they think Texas is Texas, and then it's the rest of the United States. And they literally do. I know people that are from there. They all had the same persona. They wear boots year round. I mean, they wear boots on a beach if they had to. They would get some waterproof boots to swim in if they had to. And I was just like, it is 90 degrees outside. You're wearing boots. And they do, with the little tassels on the back of the little, whatever the little thing
little
is.
spur.
Yeah,
Little spurs.
I could not even think of the word. All I could do was a sound effect, like some country. Yeah, so I mean, there was competition though, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I lived in Texas for a little while when I was young. We went to rodeos. We wore cowboy hats, the boots, and all that stuff, man. So it's a real thing. You're right.
We need
Texas
we need to start providing pictures for backdrops on here, so we could just do like a little zoom in be when we could see James as an 8-year-old wearing a cowboy outfit.
With a fro.
All right, so kudos to him. Then, of course, the coach of the year, no doubt, y'all. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. This guy definitely deserves it. None other than Mike Vrabel of the New England Patriots. First year. It's almost like these people use my adages, my verbs right away to describe it. First year in New England. Orchestrated a 10-win turnaround and has the team in the freaking Super Bowl with Drake May being in his second season. That is unheard of, especially when people had probably counted him out in Tennessee.
No diggity, no doubt.
Tennessee is morons.
To let them go. Vrabel came in and stabilized his team. He came in and brought like just a discipline and calm to the team. And you had a second-year quarterback. You didn't know he was going to play this good. He had some ups and downs. There was ebbs and flows to his game when he played as a rookie. But, man, it came out. Clearly, we're going to get to him next being the runner-up in MVP race. And they're in the Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl playing against probably one of the best teams, you know, that they could possibly go against. But man, the New England Patriots I hate to say it, they're back in the running. They just got the right people in place, and they can only go up from here. I think this is not a fluke. They got Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator, who's a mainstay there. And again, Vrabel, it's well deserved. I have to give him credit.
I mean, that's what I was going to say, though. Like, B, I know you agree with this. Tennessee may be kicking themselves, but are they really? They didn't have anybody for him. They had Derrick Henry for a little bit. They didn't really have a consistent quarterback. And you know, your team is only as large as successful as your quarterback. They say defense wins championships. It takes your quarterback to get them there.
Nothing. Tennessee just blew it. That's what they did. They didn't have faith in the guy. They didn't. I don't care. You got to get the right people. That's not his fault. That's not all his fault. They got to help him.
No, it's not his fault. That's what I'm saying. It's not his fault. I'm saying they didn't give him no help.
He tries to get people in there. He got shot down a couple of times when he wanted to get an offensive coordinator in there. He wanted to get in there, and he got shot down a couple of times by Tennessee. If you're not working with your coach, then you're not trying to win. That's all there is to it. Because Mike Vrabel has always been a very good coach. It's just that Tennessee just didn't let him be that guy. Mm-hmm. They didn't give him no help. They gave him very few players to work with. I mean, they didn't really ask him for too much of his input, and he's the head coach of the team. Come on. And so he goes to New England. He gets Josh, who, by the way, won assistant coach of the year, too. Let that be known. So he won that. So, and there's a reason why, because he's so familiar with New England, that's just a perfect marriage.
He used to play there.
Yeah.
He's the first coach. He's the first coach to go in as a player and a coach for the same team.
Well, he's not the first. But
in this era,
if he wins a Super Bowl, he'll be the second coach that has won a Super Bowl as a player and a coach. So
and who
that's good. But still, and it's very
you guys got it.
Who's the first one, James? This is your vote here, buddy.
What was the question? Who was the first?
Who was the first coach player that won a Super Bowl?
As a coach and a player for the same team.
Oh. I mean, he was playing and he was a coach?
Yeah. Well, no, he was a player and a coach.
I'm not sure. I have to think about that.
Okay, so had Ron Rivera played with the Panthers, Ron Rivera was the first coach that would have gone in not to win, but to compete in a Super Bowl when he was with the Bears for a little bit. Oh, is it a Chicago
he was with the
player?
Bears.
It's a Chicago player, isn't it? Is it Mike Ditka?
Mike Ditka, yeah.
No, because did he win? Yeah, because he played for Chicago and that was it. Yep.
So I'm the winner. I actually figured it out.
That's what I thought at first, but I was like, I wasn't moving too slow.
I literally talked myself.
No, I knew it was. I had it on the tip of my tongue too, but I couldn't remember who the hell it was. I should have remembered just by looking at James because he was the head coach for.
When I brought up Ron Rivera because Ron was working with the Bears and then he came to the Panthers and they were talking about it, and that's how I kind of talked through it. So looks like I know a few.
Was he the first?
Yeah,
in '85. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
came across my head, but I was like, I wasn't sure he was the first.
As a player on the same team. It's got to be same team. Same team as a player and as a coach to win a Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
To win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. So kudos to Mike Vrabel, like you guys said. Then we got a new award, the inaugural Protector of the Year, which is the best offensive lineman, was awarded to Chicago Bears guard, since we're talking about Chicago, Joe Thuney. He actually did a lot of protecting this year. I actually saw him, but that's a new award. I know you guys don't have much to say about it, so let's move on to the MVP chat. That's a big chat. Congratulations.
I'm just going to put my 2 cents in here. It shouldn't have went to him. The only reason why I went to him is because everybody is slab knockering on the Chicago Bears right now. But it should have went to Penei Sewell because this is the reason why this award exists, because of Penei Sewell. Okay, He should have been. You can sit there and put your hand in your hand all you want, but he was the best offensive lineman out of the group that was in there, as far as PFF was concerned.
Wait a minute, who all were the contestants? And I'll let you know if he was the best or not. Who were the runners? You guys know?
Well, first of all, let's ask our good producer who Penei Sewell plays for, Sonja.
Probably the Lions.
Of course, it's the Lions. See, you're probably right.
Biased. He always say he's not, but he really is. He told me I was
none of my players can be good because I'm a Lions fan and because it's a Chicago
Bears team. Your team has great players. Your team has great players,
and Penei Sewell is one of those great players, and he has.
You're right. He is, but you can't crap on the guy that won the award.
Who else was in the runnings?
Yes, I can. The hell I can. I can, because he shouldn't
have
won.
Who else? I want to know, and I'm gonna tell you if Penei is worth it or not. Who else was in the runnings, James? Let me just look. Since
I'm not sure. I forgot, honestly.
This is for best offensive lineman. Is that what the title was?
Protector.
Was it guard? Offensive lineman, I think. Yeah.
Protector of the year. It's not. It's not position related on the offensive line.
Okay, so it could be any protector.
I'm gonna tell you
it could be a tackle, a guard, a center.
So the runners for this position were Penei Sewell from the Lions, Creed Humphrey from the Chiefs, Garrett Bowles from the Broncos, Quinn Meinerz from the Broncos, and Aaron Brewer from the Dolphins. Nah, I have to agree about Penei Sewell. It's either him or Thuney would have been my guess from these other guys. But Thuney already has a Hall of Fame caliber resume anyway, y'all. This is now like his fourth. He now includes 4, 5 Pro Bowl selections, and has he got that many selections?
Yeah, he's been in a Super Bowl. He's been in a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
How many times? Like 4 times?
4,
yeah.
Yeah.
4-time Super Bowl winner. I think he's been up there. I think didn't he get an award not for Protector of the Year, but I think it was something different. I don't remember what it was.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, he's got. I mean, I think the popularity is what got him that award, to tell you the truth, because of the fact that he is a Super Bowl. And he did, and I mean, hey, he was part of the team that went to the playoffs. I mean, people say, well, it's a regular season award, but no, people look at the playoffs too. Don't let that fool you. People look at the playoffs, but they look at the playoffs.
Well, congratulations to Thuney. As we get ready to wrap up our last 9 minutes, and by the way, today is 2626. So nice even numbers there. All right, MVP Matthew Jermikius Stafford from the LA Rams.
Let's get it right. It's John Matthew Stafford.
Oh, it is. See, I gave him a name.
Matthew.
I gave him a name that I got from the office.
MF and Stafford.
It's not a brother. It's not a brother.
No,
he's not an honorary brother.
The show. I don't know if you guys watched the show The Office. They had Will Ferrell playing one of the office managers for a while. Mm-hmm. And his name was D'Angelo Jermikius, whatever his last name was. And I just thought it was so funny because I was like, you look for this brother and it's an other. And I'm like, they gave him the most ethnic name they could find, D'Angelo Jermikius. And it was funny. But anyway, John Matthew Stafford for the LA Rams at 37 years old. He capped off a masterpiece season, 4,707 yards, 46 touchdowns, y'all, to win his first career MVP, edging out, you guys mentioned him earlier, the Patriots rookie sensation, Drake May, in a historically close vote.
One vote.
That's right, B. Historically close. They've never had a vote come down to 1. That means it swung by one person. One person had the power of that vote and kept Drake May from being the MVP. Talk about like,
so, this is how it went down. There was 9 people judging, right? And it was divided between young and old. Unfortunately, there was 4 young and 5 old, and the 5th old guy was the one that voted for Stafford, and that's the reason why he won.
He felt like Drake hasn't proven himself yet. I mean, are you guys surprised that Matt Stafford is MVP? I'm a little surprised. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not.
I thought he would get some sympathy votes because of the age, but at the same time, his numbers were there. I mean, he was 46 touchdowns. That's leading the league. I mean, he was at one point in the year for a 37-year-old, he was on a tear. I mean, it tailed off a little bit at the end, but he capped it off with a good game, and they and of course they don't count the playoffs, but he had a really good run in the playoffs as well. But yeah, come on, man. I mean, this is a guy that came in 2021 to LA, and some people thought he was through, some people thought he was finished. Even going into this year after winning the Super Bowl, a few years back, he's having back problems. They weren't sure whether or not he was gonna play, and they're not even sure, obviously, if he's gonna come back next year, which he is. But Matthew Stafford has proven time in and time out that he's throwing dimes all over the field, and he's an Iron Man. So I think it's well deserved, even if it is by 1 point. And
been doing it since he's a rookie. I done said this when I first saw this young man. His first 3 years in the league, I said Stafford is a Hall of Fame caliber type of quarterback. I made a bold statement then. People laughed at me because I'm a Lions fan. Lions ain't going to do nothing, blah, blah, blah. So I don't care about the team. Look at the individual performance that this man can put up on there. Yes, he had Calvin Johnson. People would refer to that. I said, do you see where he put the ball a lot of times for Calvin Johnson? It's hard to do that. On the run some of the times that he was doing that, trying to run from his life. The Cleveland game where he played with a separated shoulder and threw the winning touchdown. This guy's got grit. He ran over to Tennessee. Who was the corner at the time that was real hype? He ran straight through him. I mean, the dude's got grit. He's been there. He's willed the Lions to as many wins as he possibly can. Never put anything around him worth, a Super Bowl caliber. Maybe one year he was close enough to that, but we got jacked by the Dallas Cowboys. But anyway, that's the point. I said, watch Matthew Stafford. If he ever leaves the Lions and goes to another team, he's winning a Super Bowl with that team because that team will be obviously put together. And the Lions weren't. And soon as it was a year before he got traded. And when he got traded, he went to LA. Guess what happened? He won a Super Bowl. I said, I told you. You got to have the right people around Stafford, just like you got to have the right people around any quarterback. A good quarterback will make do with the stuff that he has. And the Rams, they got two players during the course of the season, Von Miller and OBJ. OBJ was tearing it up in that year, too, before he got hurt in the Super Bowl. But, dude, he threw like 46, 47 touchdown passes that year. Of course, he threw like 16 interceptions.
Right.
But what things you got to see about Matthew Stafford, too, is like one game of that Super Bowl year, they played the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Dude threw 2 pick sixes. But you know what? He won the game because he didn't ever take himself out of that game because he didn't look down upon himself. It's like, damn, I just threw 2 pick sixes. I suck. No, he came back and won that game. Field goal, but he won the game. So whatever the case is, the dude's got the most comebacks behind Brady and Peyton Manning right now. So,
congrats to Matt Stafford.
He's a dog.
Congrats to him. He's doing it big. We're gonna run through this next news so we can talk about the Super Bowl rematch because it's our last show before the Super Bowl, and then I'll have some closing remarks for some messages I've gotten since I've been on here real quick that I want to address. There's still a lot of coaching and front office changes, but none other big news is, of course, you guys know the Giants hired John Harbaugh as their head coach earlier, but the big news this week was the front office overhaul. They hired Donna Ponte as Senior Vice President of Football Operations, making her one of the highest ranking women in NFL history. And because this is Prim and Proper Sports, I want to absolutely congratulate Dawn on being a trailblazer, and kudos to the Giants for giving her such a massive opportunity to lead that team in the position that they have placed her in. And so congratulations to her. Of course, you guys know by now, Joe Brady has been named head coach to the Buffalo Bills, and he also brought in Pete Carmichael Jr. from Denver as the new offensive coordinator. You guys know Denver is at home, so now their people were free to be hired and interviewed and whatnot. The Miami Dolphins have officially found their head coach and Jeff Hafley, former Packers defensive coordinator, as their new head coach. The defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, is now the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And, of course, former Jets head coach, former 49ers defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, who I'm speaking about. So he's going to get his chance to be back on the big stage as head coach. In a splashy move, they also hired former Giants head coach Brian Daboll as their offensive coordinator. So he's now employed.
That's Tennessee getting it right. That's what Tennessee just should have done with Vrabel.
They are fixing it because they know what's going on up there. And so that's the big coaching news. Let's get on over to the Super Bowl 60.
Well, don't forget about potentially Clint Kubiak and with the Raiders.
Yeah, I saw that, but have they solidified that yet?
Can't do it until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just more of a
Oh,
handshake
so
thing.
now, so now it's like frozen because of like,
The Super Bowl.
oh wow,
They gotta
okay,
wait until the game's
He's
over.
pretty.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, I would say, 95% signing with them as a head coach.
okay.
So like the
I
situation
saw
with
it.
New Orleans and New Orleans and
And
Kellen
yeah,
Moore.
Kellen Moore. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't, because I thought he still had like another interview out there.
Mm-mm.
No.
And the Raiders might be interviewing other people just to be interviewing people, but I'm pretty sure they're going after Clint Kubiak. So I think these are just, yeah, interview for the position. All right.
Yeah, preliminaries.
We're
All right.
hiring
Well,
Clint Kubiak.
yeah. So okay, so we'll have that news next week, then shortly after the Super Bowl is over with. But now Super Bowl 60 is a rematch of Super Bowl 49. 11 seasons have passed since these two teams have met up in the Super Bowl. It's none other than the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, unless you've been living on the rock. Everybody knows this is what it is. Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So honestly, that's like Seattle being home again. They're still on the West Coast. They're very familiar with that stadium. They've already played in it twice this season, playing the 49ers. New England Patriots, the narrative is this is the 11-year anniversary rematch of these two teams. The Butler interception is the big story. Seattle is looking for a redemption, while New England is looking for a record 7th Lombardi trophy, which will make them the winningest team in the league if they clinch this 7. Rookie Drake May, of course, versus the revitalized. We thought we'd seen Sam Darnold fade into the darkness for a second, but he's popping up like a jack in the box. Like, nope, I'm back, guys. Darnold's coming off a 346-yard, 3-touchdown performance in the NFC Championship. And the halftime show, guys, Bad Bunny is going to be up in there. I got a chance to see him at the Grammys, see what he was about. Game is exclusive to NBC and Peacock. No free legal stream this year. So if you don't have Peacock or an antenna, you're not going to be able to see it. And this has caused a lot of people to be upset because Peacock has now raised their subscription price. I'm glad I already got it to $11 per month. I guess you could just get it and then just forget it. Like James said, he'll get something and then watch all his shows. I remember you telling me that, brother. And then get it and forget it.
Right. Make sure you unsubscribe.
Huh?
I said, make sure you unsubscribe because they will keep billing you until you unsubscribe.
You don't, and you got it on auto draft. That's why you got to put it on your Cash App card and then lock the card. That way, when they get ready to run it, you get a reminder that they're going to take it. And you're like, oh, no, nothing worse than having your card unlocked and a subscription go through that you meant to cancel.
The views of Sonja Pearson are not exactly the views of this network.
My Google Play, I handle my subscriptions automatically there. So if I subscribe to something, I automatically go there, cancel through them, and it plays out until that next billing cycle, and then it's done. Cancels right away.
So you guys, who y'all got in the Super Bowl? Great pointers there, James. Thank you.
Well, I am going with the best team that's on the field, and that's going to be Seattle. They are best in offense, also offensive category. They're going to be best in defensive category, and they are definitely best in special teams. So I got them winning, and my score prediction is 38-28.
Oof.
10 point.
Okay, B.
Yeah, I got Seattle too. Got a little closer though, 30-27, 30-28, somewhere around there. Who's going to be your MVP, James, of that game?
Sam Darnold.
Ooh.
I think it's going to. Wow. This is redemption year.
Darnold.
Last year, he was slipping into darkness. But this year, he is on par. I mean, and I think he's the guy that's under the radar. He had some really great games. That NFC Championship, man, he was a dog. So I don't see anything changing. I think the bright lights aren't going to be too bright for him. Maybe if he watches the bad halftime show with Bad Bunny, maybe he might slip into darkness again. I don't know, revert, but I don't know. I think Sam Darnold is going to play lights out, and they're going to need him because I think both teams are going to be kind of evenly matched a little bit, but I just think Seattle's just a little bit better in the long run. I think the resurgence of the running game with Kenneth Walker III, my man is on the tear too. Nobody's talking about him either. I think he's going to be like a beast in the game as well. And then of course, Jackson Smith and Jigba has been a dog as well. But they got some dogs on the other side. I mean,
Mhm.
Stephon
Von Diggs.
Diggs. You know, I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
maybe he
Booty.
pulls off a Minneapolis miracle in this game. Who knows? You
Booty.
know, and I still have I that is gonna be hopping. Yes.
Not
Oh
happening, yeah.
goodness.
I just
I still have bad memories from the Minneapolis miracle, but maybe Stephon Diggs has another one in
yeah.
him.
I just for my MVP, I got Dynamite Kenneth Walker Jr.
Oh.
Jimmy Walker's great grandson.
There you go.
I really think I wish that they could just tie and just lose both of them. But more so, I really wish the Patriots would win because I just don't want an NFC team to win. This kind of is petty.
We're gonna allow this
even though
because
both
it's
teams,
your birthday, so we're gonna allow this.
thank you.
Allow the pettiness to proceed.
Both
Allow
teams,
it, yeah.
both teams played my Panthers and beat them significantly, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just remove. So Sam Darnold's a former Panther, and he really does have close connections to Charlotte. However, one of their fans has been out of control this entire season in the group chat, and it has caused me quite a bit of hatred towards that team. There sometimes fans make it. Look at Cowboys; they're the ones that make everybody not like the Cowboys. They're freaking fans. So for that reason, because Keith Angle has never been a crap talker to me and harassing me, I hope the Patriots win. But
Well, you should like that anyway, because Drake May's from Carolina.
I'm getting ready to get to that. He's from Carolina and he's a Panthers fan. And the last time Drake was in Santa Clara was when he was watching the Panthers and Broncos play when he was a kid. His girlfriend at the time, that's now his wife, they have jerseys on and everything. So that would make me root for the Patriots. But I am happy that Sam Darnold's back. All jokes aside, I'm happy that he's found his niche. I'm glad that he didn't fade into the darkness. It's very unlikely that we see a quarterback go to second string and then come back in such a dynamic way. And so kudos to him and all of that. So I have this game, though. Unfortunately, Seattle probably will win. I know Drake May said he was battling some soreness or something. He did not practice on, what was it, Tuesday, but I'm sure he probably practiced today, right, guys?
He said he's ready to go. They cleared him for the game.
Throwing shoulder because he fell on it.
Also, on the other side, the rookie safety was battling some issues too, injury-wise. It was almost to the point he might not be playing in the Super Bowl.
Ankle.
But yeah, his ankle is fine, and he's going to be playing into it.
Human Uri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they said Drake May, I believe, had some type of sickness too. You guys know the flu and stuff's going around. But hopefully he's getting himself together and is rested up and, giving whatever shots he needs or whatever to get him out there.
Nobody's missing the game, right?
I don't care if they're limping out there with one leg. They're playing in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, they got somebody out there rolling them around in a wheelchair to make all their tosses. Right. Get over here, get a push and running. They're gonna make it. But I think unfortunately, Seattle will win. And they're going to win big. It's not going to be a close game. I think it's going to probably be a 17-point differential. So I'm thinking like this thing may go up to like, I don't know. I don't do math well, but let's say 34 to like 13 or whatever that looks like, whatever that math is. That's just what's sticking in my head. But yeah, it's Super Bowl Sunday and I don't have a dog in the fight. None of us do, but we'll be watching it for the commercials if nothing else. If you're a Seattle fan, good luck to your team. If you're a Patriots fan, good luck to your team. You guys have it.
That's 21 points though for you. That 3 touchdowns. That score you got. You think they're going to 3 touchdowns?
That was a little bit of
that's why I go with long because we don't.
I know you're tired, bro. I know you're tired because you immediately said 21.
No, I knew it was 21 a while back, but I wanted to let her talk a little bit. So let me just go ahead and say it because I know it's time to get out of here.
Yeah, I literally, that's why I'm in law and not math. That's literally one of the reasons, because I don't like math. Did you guys have any closing remarks before I make my closing remarks?
Great show.
Yeah,
Appreciate the night.
great show, everybody. Yep.
Absolutely.
And
Thanks.
again, happy birthday month to you.
Thank
Happy
you. Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you, guys. I love you guys. And I want to give a shout out to my godmom, Angela Wise, my sister, and Pearson, who sent her own gift. They all sent individual gifts. And Shalonde, my friend, my sister Pink, she knows. But I want to give one more shout out. If you guys are in the Orange Beach area, check out Deep South Cake Company. They make homemade cakes. And I told them I would give them a shout out today to the owner. They're a small, privately owned baking company. And shout out to you, Sherry. Thanks so much for the cupcakes. And y'all, it's a wrap. We'll see you guys after the Super Bowl for this show. However, tomorrow morning you got JTrain, B, and Jack Hirsch with the debate show. And Sunday morning, it is Super Bowl Sunday. And these gentlemen here will be on the platform with other guests as they kick off the finale of the NFL season for 25-26. With that, I bid you guys all a good night and thank you.
Peace.